Welcome back once again to Phoenix English classes. Today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is once again a poem which is prescribed in CBSE board class 12th core course of English. The title of the poem is A Roadside Stand. It is written by Robert Frost, an American poet who composed his poems to express human fortune, human misery, the complexities of life, and his vocabulary is so lucid, the expression is so good that even a street walker can understand it. But it is always replete with thoughts, it is always replete with ideas, it is always replete with the miseries of human life. Some of his famous poems are Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Two Tramps in Mud Time, Birches. They are remarkable poems. They transcend the limit of time and space. This is why he becomes so important for the Indian students also. So let's start one of his best poems which he wrote for the common people, for the downtrodden people, for the deprived ones. And the title itself says that he is going to tell us about the people who are farmers, who are villagers, and they live in very humble houses. Hardly we can call them houses. They live in mud houses, they live in thatch, and they are trying to earn a living by establishing a roadside stand to get some money. Without wasting any moment, let's start with the poem. The little old house was out with a little new shed in front at the edge of the road where the traffic sped. These opening lines of the poem tell us about a shed that has newly been formed, that has newly been erected. This is a little old house, but in front of that old house, sure it is of a poor farmer's house, just beside the highway, and they made a new and small shed that is leading towards the highway. This is the roadside stand. It is in front at the edge of the road where the traffic is sped. It is leaning towards the edge of the road so that whatever being offered there, what is being sold there, should be well exhibited to the people who pass from that highway. And perhaps a great crowd of cars, motor cars, and people pass from there. A roadside stand that too pathetically pled, it would not be fair to say for a dole of bread. This roadside stand is not very beautiful. It is not well decorated. It is a humble shed. It is a humble roadside stand because it is made by those who have hardly any means to make the both ends meet. This is a very humble shed by that highway, and it seems very pathetic. But it will be wrong to say that they have made this roadside stand to plead anyone. They have made this shed to plead the people, to offer them a dole of bread. No, it was not for the sake of getting food from the passers-by. The objective of this shed is something else. but for some of the money, the cash, whose flow supports the flower of cities from sinking and withering faint. If you think that this shed, this roadside stand has been established for the sake of a dole of bread, that is all wrong. They have made this shed, they have established this roadside stand in order to earn some money that is in a plenty in the hands of the city people. Those who live in the cities, they have lots of money, and these farmers have established these roadside stand in order to get that money, because they think this is the money that makes the flowers of the city bloom and they never wither. This is the power of money. The blooming of the flower is equal in the cities and in the villages, but the flowers that bloom in the city, they do not fade, they do not wither because of the power of money. This presents a very, very beautiful metaphor, presents a very beautiful comparison using the word flower. It is not the birds, it is not the flowers, but it is the life that blooms in villages, that blooms in cities. But in villages, they wither too fast, and in the cities, they do not seem to wither so early, so fast. The polished traffic passed with a mind ahead, or if ever aside a moment, then out of sorts. Those who pass through that highway, they pass by the roadside stand. They are polished people, they are well-to-do people, they are the people who are well-bred, well-nourished, well-educated. Nevertheless, to say that they are the polished people, the traffic, the whole traffic that passes through that thoroughfare, from that highway, they are polished people, they are well-to-do people, they are rich people, both in manner, both in their lifestyle. They pass with a mind ahead. Whenever they pass from there, they have only one mind, and that is to go ahead. They hardly think of looking at the roadside stand. All their attention is on the highway, and they want to reach their destination as fast as they can, because there is hardly anything to look at for them. They do not think that there will be anything of good worth or worth attracting them. That's why most of the people pass from there and they do not notice that roadside stand. They never think what is being offered there. Or if ever aside a moment, and if sometimes there are certain passers-by, there are certain car riders who care to look aside, who care to look towards those roadside stands, then out of sorts at having the landscape marred with the artless paint, they never think of what they offer, but they are disturbed, because the landscape there is very beautiful, and this roadside stand seems to be a blot, seems to be a blur on that beautiful landscape. That's why they are disturbed to see that there is something like a patch in that velvet green natural scenery. This is the only reaction of the people if they ever care to look at those roadside stands, because those roadside stands are not decorated, they are not very beautiful, they are not beautifully placed there. At having the landscape marked with the artless paint, they feel disturbed that this beautiful landscape has been marred, its beauty has been marred, its beauty has been deviated, has been destroyed by this artless painting, which tells the passers-by about what they offer in that roadside stand, in that shed, or signs that with N turned wrong and S turned wrong. And they are also disturbed to see that whatever is written there on the roadside stand, that is also wrong. The direction shows the wrong direction itself. It is N. N has been used here for north and S for south, that shows the direction. And it is also painted in a wrong way. The N is also wrong and S is also wrong. Offered for sale wild berries in wooden carts, or crooked neck golden squash with silver bars. People hardly want to take notice of those roadside stands. They are disturbed to see that it is a disturbing thing, it is an ugly thing in this beautiful landscape. And they hardly notice that these roadside stands offer them something. It can be the berries, the red berries. Offered for sale wild berries in wooden carts. What they should notice, they hardly notice that there is wild berries at sale on that stand, and it is put in the wooden box. Or sometimes they offer crook-necked golden squash. They also sell there the vegetables that are found in that locality, the squash, the gourd that is golden with silver bars. The things they sell, they are organic, and these organic vegetables like a squash, like the gourd, they are of golden color with silver bars. People hardly look at them. A beauty rests in a beautiful mountain scene. There are only a few who notice that there is also the things of beauty that lies in beautiful mountain scene. You have the money, but if you want to be me. And here, the poet tells those people, and this telling of the poet is full of anger also. He is angry. The poet gets angry at such kind of reaction from the people who pass them by, and they do not look at what they offer. They do not think why they have made this roadside stand, what is their purpose. That's why the poet becomes very angry and he says, you have the money, but if you want to be me, what is the use of that money which you keep in your pocket? You are so mean, you are so miser that you don't want to spend it so that these poor people may get some money. Why keep your money this costly? The poet shows his anger here and he writes it in the bracket, this crossly, in an utter anger. He says, why keep your money? Keep your money in your pocket. You need not spend it if you don't think that money is to be spent. He is of the opinion that if you have the money, you should spend it and go along. If you don't want to spend money, you need not stop here. Go along. Go your way. The hurt to the scenery would not be my complaint, so much as the trusting sorrow of what is unsaid. He says, the poet says, I do have a complaint that this scenery is very beautiful, this surrounding is very beautiful, and this roadside stand is marring the beauty, is destroying the beauty. But it is not a greater complaint. It doesn't mean. Though I do not like such patches in this beautiful scenery, where in the background you can see the mountains and there is green landscape, it is a bit of complaint from my side also, because the beauty of the nature is being destroyed, is being marred. But the greater complaint is that which is as trusting, sorrow of what is unsaid. My greater complaint is against those well-to-do people, and it is for those poor people who have made this roadside stand for the sake of some money. He says they do not say even a word about their pain, about their misery, but that unsaid pain is my greater complaint. Your complaint is right, that they are destroying the beauty of the scene by placing a shed, a roadside stand, so ugly. The hurt to the scenery would not be my complaint so much as the trusting sorrow of what is unsaid. The poet says that I have complained from both sides. This complaint is not wrong, that these roadside stands do mar the beauty of the landscape. They are like a blot amongst that natural beauty. No doubt I have a complaint against it. But the greater complaint is from that interesting part. I believe that this complaint is bigger because it is out of that sorrow which lies in the hearts of those poor people, those farmers who set up these stalls by the roadside and never say a word about their sorrow, never said a word about their misery, about their poverty, about their being unable to live a life of comfort or at least of peace. Here, far from the city, we make our roadside stand and ask for some city money to feel in hand. Now, the objective of establishing such roadside stand is being cleared. Why they have thought or why they have established those roadside stand is very clear here. The only objective is to feel some city money in their hands. Money is the thing that makes all the difference. This is the thought that lies in every heart, not only in the villages but in the city also. If you have money, you are well to do. You can fulfill your dreams, you can live a comfortable life. That is the only truth these days of this brave new world, of this beautiful new world. Money is the only thing that brings comfort. That is the only gospel. And to feel that very money, which is in plenty in the cities, the farmers too want to feel that money in their hands so that they may live a life what they want to be. This stand is to ask for the money that is in plenty in the cities, and they want to feel it in their hands too, to try if it will not make our being expand. In other words, it can be said that if this money is being provided to those poor people, to those farmers who live in want, who live in pain, if it is given to those poor people, perhaps the number of these poor people will not expand. They are not only trying to have that money, but they are also trying to do a thing that is of greater concern. They want to stop poverty. If you give the money in the hands of the poor people, it will sure, on the other hand, reduce the number of poverty, the number of poor people who live in the country. So they are not only trying to earn a living, but they are also trying to eradicate poverty, or at least they want to make a stop of spreading out the people who are poor of that population which is called poor population, or those who live below poverty. So they are trying to stop poverty and give us the life of moving pictures promise that the party in power is said to be keeping from us. And they remind those well-to-do people, they remind those people who call themselves leaders, who call themselves the well-wishers of these poor people. They are trying to remind by establishing these roadside stands. They are trying to remind those people that with the help of this money, we can live such a life which is being presented in the moving pictures by you. This is about the cinema. This is also a reality of the modern world, that what we see in the cinema, that is the promising thing which is presented in front of the viewers, that such kind of life can be yours. All those beautiful things that are picturized in the cinema, they are the alluring things, they are the prompting things, they are the promising things which tell the viewers, the spectators, that such kind of a life is possible. These roadside stands are established to say that if we have the money, only then this will be the possible thing which you profess in the cinema. And we can live that life of comfort which you show to us in the cinema on the cellulite, that the party in power is said to be keeping from us. And with the help of this money, with the help of this roadside stand, if we can earn this money, although the party which is in power, it promised us that it will eradicate poverty, but it is not doing so. The ruling party which has come into power with a promise that they will eradicate poverty, they are unable to do it, and we are trying to do it by establishing roadside stand, by trying to have some money, to earn some money with the help of it. This is the first part of the poem. It is divided into 3 parts. The first part is completed here because the video will be too long and will also be a bit more tedious, or it may be difficult to understand the whole poem in a single setting, especially when you are trying to study it online or with the help of the video. I think that it should be divided into 2 parts. Rest of the poem, the second part of this poem, will be completed in the next video. Don't forget to watch it, and to get that video you have to touch that I button that is on the top of your screen. As soon as the video is available, the link will be given there. And for this part, all the difficult words and their meaning and the question and answer that is given in the textbook is available on the site, which is written in the description. Please read the description thoroughly. You will be more clear about the poem, about the word meaning. And for any kind of difficulty, you can write to us in the comment box or on the site. It is also available now on the site on which you get the textbook question and answer. There is comment box and you can write your views, you can write your reviews, you can write your doubts also. And if you have my personal WhatsApp number, please WhatsApp us your doubts. It will be welcomed and you will be always welcomed. And one thing more, that if you don't have subscribed the channel right up to now, you have to subscribe it, because in the coming days some more very interesting videos with new features will be available. Thank you.